Brian Sullivan is here to talk OPEC and much more. Pizza, ribs, all the rest of it. But really, they're ticked off, even though prices have skyrocketed pretty much.
Well, I mean, they haven't got. Here's the thing, though. I've got a little package coming up, Becky. Then we'll dive into it because a package.
No, how long is it?
60 seconds on the nose.
Excellent. Okay,
I'm good.
Go ahead.
I'm good.
Go to the
All right,
package.
here's the thing. Back in the day, if you had tankers being blown up, drones being shot down, and a Venezuelan collapse, oil might have been at $100 a barrel. But oil remains here under $60 a barrel, maybe confusing some people. So why hasn't oil spiked even higher? Here's 4 reasons.
It's not one thing that has kept oil prices relatively stable, but a few. First and foremost, record American oil production. The U.S. could be headed to 13 or even 14 million barrels per day. And this oil largely considered risk-free, meaning it's not subject to the whims of geopolitics. Next, it's not just us. Russian production remains elevated as well. While Russian output is down fractionally from a few months ago, they're still above 11 million barrels a day. That's likely frustrating OPEC, who was hoping last year's 1.2 million barrel per day cut would firm up prices. Speaking of OPEC, another problem is that not everybody believes that deal to cut production is going to hold up. Some traders are worried that should the OPEC deal break, another million-plus barrels a day will hit an already oversupplied market. Finally, oil has been held down by growing fears of an economic slowdown around the world. If the world's major economies begin to taper off, demand for oil will fall, leaving more excess barrels on the market. 4 reasons why the oil bulls have been put out to pasture, at least for now.
All right, so there you go, guys. Bottom line is there's a lot of oil in the world right now. The U.S. is sort of risk-free, and the Russians, we're just blaming everything on the Russians. The election now, of course, oil not moving higher. We'll see what happens. The meeting coming up on Monday, little Russia-Saudi thing. Maybe they're friendly in front of the camera. I'm not sure the Saudis are happy with the Russian production numbers. And, of course, you've got the Iran situation hanging out there. Will they even go?
Right.
Will they even go?
But I would think the biggest issue has to be drilling here in the United States, what we've seen in the Permian Basin and other places. I mean, that is the new thing that creates a ceiling, right?
Yeah, and the cap on the Permian right now has been you can't get the oil out. But, so we could go to 14 million barrels a day in the United States if we could get the oil out.